True or not? Christian contemporary lyrics messages analysis. This is a learning and educational video series, as well as a review, part 2. Before we begin critiquing messages and lyrics of Christian contemporary artists' songs that are slightly askew or moderately derailed from the truth, we need to clear up a few subjects. And disclaimer rules. There are 2 tiers for truth: relative truth and absolute truth. Relative truth depends on individual perspective and how they grew up and experienced knowledge introduced in their lives. As much as adults think we know everything, we don't. So we can mislead elders and younger generations, even by simply being misspoken. And I am saying that as a 27-year-old adult. I want people to know my age, because many people still think I'm a kid for no good reason. The Bible verse, "Lean not onto your own understanding," is directed at relative truth, for not all relative truths are true at all. These false truths are called by scientists who study the brain's respective taking blue lies. For example, a bicycle gets hit by a car, the child riding it is rushed to the hospital, and the doctor says, "I can't operate on them." Does not indicate gender of child or doctor. Only I can't operate on him or her because he or she is my son or daughter does. This is the effect of the brain's priming program. It makes up something which isn't actually there. So you end up saying the wrong words and accidentally implying the wrong implications. Facts King and Good Vibes, Good Life had a better written example of the brain's technique of priming. Say silk, silk, silk. Then have someone ask you the question, "What do cows drink?" You'll likely say milk, and you will already know it. Was your brain putting in an incorrect answer? That is a blue lie and an unconscious mechanism in your brain. 2. Writing is a very hard skill to master. While some famous writers may never had made a typo in their text or their books, even editors don't do such a good job editing what they're assigned to. I know this because typing and editing the theater program for my Ohio school freshman year was the extracurricular activity I could accomplish while being sick with pneumonia and going through menstrual cycles, and I had signed up to help the business crew. And boy, there were tons of mistakes to fix for the student bios for the play we were hosting. In fact, a famous book has a table of contents where an entire chapter is not labeled in the table of contents. If you have a large print version of the Narnian Chronicles, the set that comes in a set of 3 large books with 3 books of the series in each book. Take a look at The Magician's Nephew, table of contents, chapter 13, and its title is not typed in the 1999 edition of the published set. An example of 2 relative truths that are solidly true to an individual and a team effort, which are separate from each other. Pixar has been more than vocal about the fact that writer's block is a true phenomenon and have gone to great lengths to prove that when you get a good inspiring thought, it is only happening 3% out of 100% of the time. The other 97% is trudging through a knee-deep swamp. Or for younger generations, like getting the nightmare part of a dream where you have your feet and they are glued frozen on the ground. However, Jacqueline Woodson, who is a female author of several historical fiction short stories on Black families, denies that writer's block is a real thing. For her, in her interview at the end of her book, Behind You, she is entirely right and wrong at the same time. It is a matter of perspective. However, there is one subtle decision that makes her point super valid and true to a good variety of individuals. If you are having so much trouble with writer's block, it may be trying to tell you that the topic you are focused on isn't actually your best interest to continue in. As I always say, and can never say enough, there is no one way to write a story. In this way, writing has a lot in common with art itself, hence is why some people will call it an art, just like drawing, sketching, painting, or music making. Jacqueline Woodson's words, as she says them: "Nope, I don't believe there is any such thing as writer's block. I think it is just your mind telling you that the thing you're writing isn't the thing you really want to be writing. If this happens to me, I start writing something else." Next video, we will do the final disclaimer 3. A Christian seeks out and finds or uncovers truth. That verse in the Bible is not just referring to a desire of your heart. Certain words, definitions are shocking in other countries.